most unique and the coolest.
Very cool. And so now are you in recruiting?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. So again, right from there to bouncing around. What's some of the coolest and unique positions?
I don't know if I'm gonna get a ban
in the United States Air Force or Space Force. Outside of what you do, what's one of the coolest positions that you've kind of maybe heard of or seen or even placed somebody recently?
Really, the most interesting to me is all our special warfare jobs. So EOD, CCT, pararescue, those kind of things. It's incredible. They go out and they do cool stuff every day.
All right, Lieutenant or Technical Sergeant, what if somebody wanted to join the Air Force? How can they do it? Either if they're in the building or online at home here in the United States, what would they do?
Easiest way, airforce.com.
Okay.
Put in your zip code to tell you who your recruiter is, or come see me in Orlando.
Awesome, cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Go enjoy the show. You told me off camera this is your first event. Who are you pulling for?
There's only one right answer, and that's Sorensen.
All right, well, you're clear. You're
only one right answer.
Uniform. You can have a beer. I'll buy you one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. Thank you for everything again to Technical Sergeant Black here, and thank you to the United States Air Force for supporting obviously what I think is the best country in the world, and for supporting Formula Drift. When we come back, we will continue the action here. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Orlando Speed World. We call this Scorched, and we'll continue this party here in O-Town. Don't go anywhere.
Link ECU, let's get it.
We got the spiciest K-Series built.
Supercharged Ford Eliminator engine.
Oh, good old SR20. Blink monsoons. So rowdy.
Naturally aspirated, 1,000 horsepower, LS-based engine. And then we're going to add nitrous.
Props.
Running an S54 controlled by Link ECU. Link direct injection, EcoBoost Fox body.
I actually put an FA24 in it.
B58, E46, Link ECU.
No matter what engine you have, it's a stock K24 or it's a 1,000-wheel 2J, Link ECU all day.
What? Everything's ready. Kurmano pizza. Oh shit. Click.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At the College of Applied Technologies at the University of Northwestern Ohio, we offer exciting programs that put you on the path to success. From high-performance motorsports to hybrid electric vehicles, agricultural equipment to robotics and automation, we've got it all. With 70% hands-on education, small classes, and practical real-world experience, you'll gain the skills needed for a profitable and successful career in the skilled trades. Find out more at unoh.edu.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
These are my race treads for going the distance.
Racetreads.com. Tires for every adventure.
O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge Orlando Edition. I got my dad, Chris Hughes, here. Dad, what the heck is that?
I would think like an EGR valve or something like that.
I have no idea what it is. I don't know if that helps or not, but we're in this together, Pops. Any help here?
Okay.
Idle air control valve for what? All right. Yeah, I know. That's a first. He usually nails it every time. Shoot. Okay, O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge, Chris Forsberg Edition. What that is?
I'm gonna go with, but there's no set screw. There's no like adjustment to it. I'm gonna go with a like a idle air control valve.
Oh,
Forsberg ICV, brother.
Just nailed it. Wow, very impressive. Oh yeah.
Come on. What kind of plug is this?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, that's an American plug for sure, right? Let's go Chevy Cobalt.
Works for me. I'm just gonna say yes. You already nailed the part, so I consider that
What's
a win.
it from? Dodge Ram. Was American.
It was American.
Halfway there.
Halfway there.
Look at that big ugly plug. That's how you know.
America. Next victim, Justin Pollock for the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. Brother, what is that?
some type of valve that plugs something.
Most definitely.
Hold on a second.
Look the part number up real quick.
This is for a 1989 Toyota Corolla. It is the sphincter diverter valve.
Yes, Justin wins. All right. Okay, next victim, Hiro Manoa. Brother,
Hey,
what is that?
this is kind of like some part of engine.
Yes. Specifically?
This is so difficult.
I know. I didn't get it. So if it makes you feel any better, I didn't get it. You know what? Some part of an engine, that is technically right.
Wrong.
Yeah, but this is, I don't know, but for, connect to ECU or something.
Yeah. We'll consider that a win, I think. Nicely done. Kevin Wells, Mr. Formula Drift Technical Director. This is the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. What is that?
Idle air control valve, I would assume.
Give me that thing back, dude. He nailed it. Man, he's good. Dude, this guy knows some stuff. Okay, what vehicle is it off of?
I don't know, I'd probably say General Motors.
Dude,
That'd be my guess, probably, LS-ish variety.
So, 1994 Dodge pickup truck.
Oh,
So
okay.
American, you were close, you were close.
Similar T-Bolt.
Dude, but without a doubt, he didn't even hardly look at it, and he nailed it. I'm impressed. Thank you.
Have fun. See you later.
Love that, and it's cool the variety of knowledge and cars and things and stuff going down here. Thank you so much for joining us out here. And the sun is setting. Beautiful day we've had so far. It's a little hot, little breezy, pretty pleasant to be quite honest. We had that 2.5 hour break, a good opportunity to cruise around. We are currently seeing Brandon Sorensen being towed off on a flatbed, and Lorette Nickel was down there on the ground, and she was saying that the steering wheel was freewheeling. So steering linkage was broken as Brandon gets a tow off. So hopefully he fixes it. He's I don't know. We'll get to that. Brandon Sorensen. Oh yeah, fourth battling.
Yeah, so he's got a bit of time.
Yep. Taking a look here. Jacob, James Dean, RCP, Field and LZ. I think that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Castro and Gucci, Sorensen and Hughes. Why don't you elaborate on the right-hand side?
Yeah, and then Frederick Osbo, Daniel Stuckey, Hiro Manoa, and Connor Shanahan. Odie Bakshi, Simon Olsen. That's spicy for a lot of reasons. Chris Forsberg, Derek Madison. The Odie Bakshi, Simon Olsen one. I mean, Simon used to drive for Odie, and his team, moves away from that back to his own program. With that said, though, out of the 4 times they've battled, Simon has won 3 times. So that was in the same equipment, though. So now with Simon in the other car, how does that change things up? It's a good story. It's a really good story.
And you were looking at the stats previous to going live. Simon has beaten Odie before.
Yeah.
But it was in Odie's car.
Exactly.
Robbie brought that up. He's like, yeah, but it was in his car.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Again, if the young Padawan can supersede the Jedi that is Odie. And again, Odie is a suspension guru. There's Queen Bee Becky waving, and Lorette is down there. Lorette, so good to see, looking good, and the weather's chilled out quite a bit.
Yeah, it's so nice. Hi, James Dean. So I just wanted to show everybody what's going on here. I didn't get an opportunity to check in with James a little bit earlier. Hello, Becky. Hi, Rome. So many changes are happening right now because of the sun going down. The weather is getting cooler. What is this going to start doing to, 1, your visibility, and 2, the grip of the tires?
I think right now we're just after getting lucky. Myself and Rome were just talking about it, that let's hope they wait a few minutes. The sun might go down behind the banners so we can actually see the first corner. Because if the sun was just up there, it's in your eye line going up the straight, so you don't have your reference point. So I feel like visibility is going to be okay. Obviously, we always have the same issue in the chase position going through the center of the track, so timing your transition through the smoke. That's probably the most challenging thing for everyone tonight, but still, it can go wrong anywhere. You can't make any mistakes. It's really challenging, demanding track, even though it's 2 corners. So I'm excited for it. It's great driving here at Rome. Is a straight-up driver, and he's ready for it. And yeah, we'll have a good battle, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rome, to James's point, when you are heading straight into that sun, are you relying on muscle memory at that point?
Yeah, because literally, like you said, you can't see anything, and the sun pops it up just over the banners, so the bank is dark. So imagine it being bright on your windshield and then you pop into just darkness, so your eyes are kind of stunned and you don't have enough time to make a correction by then. So you just have to commit and hope that it's in the right spot.
That sounds absolutely terrifying.
We just said that. We're like, why do we do this? Like, this is crazy. Like.
Let's delay a little bit. No, everyone's like, no, Lorette, let's not. Well,
let's keep talking.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you guys. As we can see and we can hear,
Pizza,
let's turn
pizza.
everyone around. Michael, turn around and look at what's happening here. Matt Field getting lined up for his next battle, and we have a couple of cars going down to about the 4th or 5th battle lining up here, and Rome and James Dean about ready to go for top 16, guys. So excited.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Great insight there and good perspective there. That sun, you know, again, how long have we been doing this? It's, you know, is this the magic hour? I mean, photographers are like, yes, golden hour. It's beautiful. Our media pit is like, give me that. But again, it does definitely permeate your soul there. So remember, we are going live, not only online, but also formerly MAV TV, now Racer Network. MAV TV is now Racer Network. So thank you so much, and we will be ripping here in just a little bit, around 8:05. So again, the sun will be setting just beyond the banners and will not be impeding in the view of the drivers. Jacob, again, looking at these battles here, James Dean, Osbo, they are on either side of the bracket. You know, James top left, Osbo top right. They would meet in the finals if they eventually went past everybody, but they got Rome in the way, they got Stuckey in the way. Say James gets past Rome or whatever, you know, he's got Matt Field or Adam LZ. Osbo, if he gets past Stuckey, he's got Manoa or Connor Shanahan. So there we are. I think the Field and LZ battle, you know, without any poking or prodding, I think that's going to be an aggressive one.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I chatted with a couple of guys in the LZ camp before this, and they said that, you know, Adam was like, okay, that was the worst run I've done. Let's just get that one out of the way, and now let's keep going. Yeah, so just you know, it's weird. You can practice all you want. You can think you're in the right spot, and then when it comes time for that battle, anything can happen. And that's what makes this sport so crazy, is that it's like sit and wait. Like prep all day, be ready, then sit and wait. And now you've got one shot to do this. And that's it. I know, exactly.
Enter licensed copyrighted music. You only get one shot. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So and we are moments away again from being live around the world on Racer Network. So thank you so much for joining us out here. Round 3, we are moments away, and we'll clutch kick and take some names. We got a packed house here. Thank you so much to all our friends, including Mr. Peyton coming all the way from Arkansas. Just met that young man down there on the ground here in Orlando. Hello and welcome. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. That's right, Type S Scorch. Can you smell it? Come on now, make some noise, Orlando! Woo! Oh, and Dan Burkett, you might be handing Shanahan the win, getting lost in the smoke. What just happened? Whoa! Pizza delivery right there on the door.
How could you not love to see cars ripping around a track, smoking out the whole place?
Let's send it! He's diving in. He's rubbing his door. Woo!
This is some pretty crazy battles, man.
Everybody is just running their tires to the limit.
He did not
see an all-Irish finale. The hefty rookie comes out on top. Connor Shanahan is your winner.
Thank you so much. We did it.
Exhausted from drugs and toxic relations, she went out on her own terms.
This is Orlando Speed World playing host to round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Thank you so much for joining us here. And we are going to find out who wins here at round 3 of 8. It's been a beautiful day here in Orlando. When you come to Florida, you can expect gators, humidity, a little bit of magical place on earth. Well, now you found it, because we have whittled it down from 32, or 33 technically yesterday, down to 32 today, 16 now. We find out who will come out on top. Truly an international affair, with drivers coming as far away as Ireland, Norway, Japan, Dominican Republic, and of course, right here in the United States of America. Thank you so much. This is Formula Drift Scorch. The sun is setting. We're actually waiting for the sun to basically have a bit of an eclipse and drop behind the banners. and the bank so the drivers aren't blaring the sun in their eyes as they go into outside zone 1. We'll break down the track for you and break down all the inside. I'm Jared Dienda. Joining me here to my left is Jacob Gettens. Down on the ground is our hot pit reporter. That is Lorette Nichols. She'll get all the down and dirty of the drivers, where they're at, if they call a competition timeout, if they have any issues with the vehicles. Let's take a look back at the action earlier today here at this track. Some drivers were knocked out, some surprises, some upsets, and some very happy drivers. This is James the Machine Dean. He won most recently in Atlanta. He's kind of the one to beat. Admittedly, talking to him during the halftime, said he's a little under the weather, man. Adam LZ, arguably one of the best, one of the most famous drivers here in the grid.
Yeah, LZ, I mean, just getting through it, and as we move on to Jonathan Castro, just pushing on. I mean, he's done well here at this track. He's ready for that star breakout moment, and hopefully this is it. Frederick Osmo in the chase for that championship, tied right now with James Dean. This is it. This is do or die for both of them. They've got to win this. Next up is going to be the big star, the young star, Hiro Manoa. I mean, the tandem, the chase, everything has been absolutely wild out of Manoa. He's not slowing down. He's just getting better with every single day he gets older.
What's crazy is his driving has gotten better just like his English. We're like, wow, his English has gotten so better, and his driving has just progressed. But he's the youngest ever to podium. Odi Bakshis, what an absolute weapon. He's going against a driver that was driving one of his cars last year, Simon Olsen. Simon Olsen from Norway. Can he take all that knowledge and apply that to his Mark V Supra? Ben Hobson, unfortunately, knocked himself out. He went on a crazy initiation. He changed the new steering wheel to MPI. The suede wheel grabbed, and unfortunately, it snapped back. And a big upset there. Ryan Turk went to go into gear, and it fell out right there. Just did not go into gear.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to him. Didn't have the heart to. I talked to Chris Forsberg. He says, dude, it happens to us all. Unfortunately for Ryan Turk, a big star of Formula Drift. A lot of eyeballs on him. A lot of expectations for that Rain-X Rockstar Toyota GR Corolla on Kenda tires. A lot of anticipation for him. We'll see him at E-Town. And this is where it has whittled down to. James Dean versus RCP, Field and LZ, Castro versus Gucci, Sorensen and Hughes, Osmo versus Stuckey, Hiro Manoa versus Shanahan. We just talked about that, Bakshis and Olsen. And finally, three-time champion, Chris Forsberg versus Derek Madison. First battle on deck here, we are talking about, that is RCP.
RCP.
Carl Taylor.
RCP.
His son Taylor cheering him on, watching. And we are waiting to find out who is coming out on top. Is it James the Machine Dean in an AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5FD or RCP in his Garagistic BMW? All signs are saying James Dean, this guy to beat.
Yeah,
talking to Rome, we know how talented of a driver is. Debuting this chassis, he's helping out a lot of people. Does that compromise his own program?
I mean, a little bit. You're trying to attend to multiple cars, but that being said, you learn more. He's got Jack Shanahan that he's with right now. He had Connor Shanahan before. You can learn a lot from those drivers. You can learn a lot about Irish driving style. How does that help you out? Well, when you go up against James Dean.
Good point. Great point here. 80%.
Okay, all gas. No.
Wow. Again, the first ever
Full
full-time
send.
champion. You are in the presence of greatness right here. James the Machine Dean initiates into the bank. There he goes, initiating that first outside zone. The sun is set, drop behind the bank. Boom, sun, never heard of her. Here we go. James the Machine Dean in that first outside zone.
It's full gas.
Inside clip into the power alley. Good transition. Snappy rate to angle by James the Machine Dean. RCP slides in that chase. James Dean out there, no problem for him. Set it, forget it, puts it right in the crease. If that was an envelope, he licked the stamp and sent it, baby. Wow, James Dean just shows up.
That was an envelope. You licked the
And
stamp
just
and
signed,
sent
sealed,
it.
and delivered the gusto bang.
Yeah, absolutely nuts from James Dean, but also Rome. I mean, he gets in there, gets into the pocket, absolutely locks in this whole time. Look at how stable he is.
Very beautiful.
And then
Watch how Bish gets
holding,
bad.
holding, snaps back over, dives right in, and gets in on James Dean. Rome did exactly
Good.
what he needs to do in order to take on James Dean. You've got to, where he's going to transition. He's super predictable. He's a great guy to chase because of how good he is. And Rome took all the notes, learned from
Beautiful.
it. That James does a little bit of a left foot brake. Rome does a little bit of a left foot brake. Great job from both drivers. You expect perfection out of James Dean, but Rome showing up here, I mean, showing why he is as great of a driver as he is, and man, such a solid run from both drivers right off the bat.
Yeah, and we're, talking to Rome, he says his car is twitchy, and I will tell you that previously in the 32, his car looked twitchier. I don't know what he did, but the car didn't look as twitchy. It looked very settled.
And on my 100% lead.
That's just the endorphins going
100% lead.
I have to attribute it to that, but now he's got the clean air. But you got James Dean.
Good
Look at that. Rome initiates tight. And look at James not backing down. He looked like he delayed it a little bit, but now coming down to this first inside clip, a little tap.
Dean has
but here comes James the Machine Dean of RCP. Gonna take down James Dean.
Whoa.
Diving in. Well done by RCP up front. James a little delayed. On that initiation.
Please.
Did RCP just take down James? Let's take a look at that initiation because again, you saw James separation there. Little disruption, didn't seem as smooth, a little more violent.
Yeah, you said that James Dean's got an 80% win rate. That means he has a 20% loss rate, and there is still a chance here. Rome does a great job.
Oh, Rome has fucked up a little bit.
On that. Gets a little bit funky here through the inside clip. Second inside clip, he's taking even tighter.
But no, good job, Rome.
That Mustang is not keeping up with the
BMW
of RCP. He's on the throttle, he's cranking this out. He's still got the angle, and you can see even James.
Very good, very nice.
Everything he had, barely able to keep the car in the correct spot coming across the line. What a run from Rome. Absolutely wild. And I know we're going to need a side-by-side on this. Like, it's absolutely nuts.
Happy, Rome's happy as fuck.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Right to the BC Racing side-by-side. Go for gold. Who's going for gold?
So really, I mean, both of them do get into the pocket at a very similar time. Both have a great job in the lead run, and then Rome actually holds a little bit longer coming off the bank.
That show one more time, maybe.
Both drivers are looking good. Now we start to dial in the proximity of them. Rome gets into the pocket sooner, and the leads are pretty similar. Man, it might come down to like that few feet there at the end of outside zone 2.
Yeah, clip point doesn't matter here.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree, Rome. Like,
what's that?
Pumped. Just pumped. He's excited. He knows. Look at
He's
him.
excited.
You see the smile in his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, he's
It's a good run anyways.
I'll tell you, Rome always has a smile on his face. He's like, yeah, why so serious? You know what I mean? Like, he has a demeanor about him that he is kind of the silent assassin. He'll come in.
Left foot brake a lot.
Judges review coming in on the verdict. The judge is still scrutinizing this run. And I'll tell you, give him his flowers. RCP, amazing job in the chase. I think James, I think it's under review because, the judges, tend to judge against that driver. It's really not hard. It's not easy. It's hard to not do, right?
You even pushed the fucking Rome.
He saw a little delay there, and I don't think Rome hung him up. So this is big. This has repercussions already. Here's James Dean, who won in Atlanta. He was on the box. Obviously 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Talking about alternating Osbo and James. What do you guys think? Is it RCP or is it James Dean? Rome.
Yes. Nah. Yes.
Takes down the giant that is
Bravo.
James the Machine Dean. Wow. And a big shock. RCP, look at James getting out. He still smiles. Good job. You can read the lips. Good job, mate. There it is. Bigging him up. Big hug.
This is why
Good
I love
job.
this
Make
sport.
some noise.
Yes.
James Dean, RCP. What a
That's
way to
big.
start top 16. That's why we're here, baby.
Big.
Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Wow, that was really, really well done by RCP. That chase, again, I saw Rome in the airport flying out here Thursday, and he's like, man, just this car, I don't know, it's a little twitchy, it's a little this. You sure fooled me, Like, just absolutely well done here as we're getting prepped for our next battle. Adam LZ and Matt Field will introduce you to our judges. Just to our right,
LZ.
we got Reese
Adam
Barrett,
LZ.
we got Brian Eggert and Robbie Nishida. And there it is, Reese, Brian, Robbie. How we doing, man? Reese?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, and Reese, you're going to be talking on behalf of the judges. Brian, Robbie, thank you for joining us here once again. Looking forward to a great event. Thank you so much. All right, so as we take a look at this side-by-side, Reese, walk us through it.
Yeah, so speaking with the other judges, they just felt that that Rem did a really good job in the chase and outside zone 1, but the really defining factor was going into the center section. We see that Dean was a little bit too inside on both inner clips, and then he wasn't able to get
Oh yeah, Samurai. You got a good point.
Rome ended up edging him out. So it was a close battle, but Rome just...
You want to be a judge?
Wow.
Oh my gosh, how old are you?
I'm 40, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot on the line, and like I said, RCP, just really well done by him. That was absolutely awesome. So congratulations to him and his team taking down the giant that is James the Machine Dean. Like I said, during the halftime break, James was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling 100%." So I thought he could still pull it out, but just not in the cards because Rome showed up in a major way. Matt Field, Adam LZ, expecting a big battle here. Both these guys rocking some Heatwave glasses. Shout out to them. Hansel, I know he's watching. Hansel from Lean Customs and that Borla Exhaust Heatwave Lean Customs. Corvette initiating almost simultaneously, dragging the wall. Yes, sir. Second battle, top 16, and these guys are showing up. Dancing a little bit with that Course's edge into that second inside clip goes Matt Field. Adam LZ, you said it. We got the bad one out of the way, and now we're going to rise to the occasion. Matt Field right there on that line.
Hard to judge.
And this is what I expected from
Proximity.
this battle right here. Matt and Adam, they like to party. You know, I'm talking about on the track, off the track, all of it. That was definitely definitive what they could do.
I really like how Adam goes for the line and the angle first before the proximity. He gets on the wall at the exact same time that Matt does in the exact same spot and mirrors that angle and then starts to drive in closer. A little bit of a hesitation for the inside clip.
Mirroring 100%
I mean, Matt is just laying
on
down
point.
really
Oh, I
solid
should
run.
have
You see
wished
a little
okay.
bit of back and forth in there, and that has
Sounds
Adam
bad.
kind of back and forth a bit, but both drivers, I mean, solid. I mean, this is top 16, and we're just already witnessing greatness. Like, this is, I don't know how much energy you've got for the whole night, but if it keeps going like this, let's go.
I'm hopped up on Rockstar Energy Drink, and after this, we're going to have some Nef vodka provided by these guys and Chris Forsberg. So you can see these guys are having fun in the pits earlier today. The Nef vodka, of course, popping those cans afterwards, and here we go. Drift HQ, BC Racing, BMW, leaving that start line. Matt Field in tow. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going against RCP?
Oh!
Are you kidding me? That looked like they had contact, but I think you could basically put a piece of paper in between them. That was so tight there. Here we go, Joe.
Oh!
We got a bump. It looked like Matt Field might have been a little too aggressive. Impeded on
LZ got it.
of Adam LZ going in that second and final outside zone, driving into the door. You gotta love it. What is so basically straightforward is so dynamic. You know, it's just very momentum. There's, you know, we have that momentum / decel area in the middle, but by no means are they intended to slow down. Stay in it, pin it to win it. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, Adam LZ lights up the tires nice and early, gets out to angle. Matt Field gets right into the
Wow,
side of him.
that's what I would like to see every time.
Adam LZ does an amazing job through this first outside zone, adds even more angle coming out. And then actually, looks like Adam had a bit of a bobble there through the inside clip. Matt does a good job to adapt to it.
Man, I think got 3 wheels out of the zone.
Able to then get back in the pocket, sacrificing a little bit of that angle for proximity and a little bit of that line. So this is really interesting.
You said there was a bobbled inside clip, or did Matt put his nose in there and it got in the way of Adam?
I think Adam might have had the bobble first, and then Matt then made contact after. So right here, this is interesting.
I don't think there was contact there, to be quite honest.
It was pretty close, but it's the inside clip where things get a little bit strange. So hopefully we can see
That's
it here on
good.
this replay. But you can see Adam has to kind of add that little bit extra of angle. Yeah, I think an overhead view or just showing as they come off the bank before they get to inside clip 1, we'll see it a little bit better. Either way, both drivers adapting. This is what I like. Get some contact, rubbing is racing, really getting into it. Both drivers complete the run though. Nobody's shutting it down, just going at it, bumping and grinding, finish the run, you know, leave it to the judges at that point. Just keep going.
I don't see nothing wrong.
I see nothing wrong with it. Great run, great run.
And we're only the second battle in. Orlando, what do you say? Make some noise. Such a good time. Thank you. Parker Jett is in the building. You gotta love it. Thank you so much for joining us out here, either in the building or online. Tell your friends to tune in and watch from around the globe. Let's see this overhead view again. Like I said, I don't think there was any contact on that outside zone 1, but the big one here, watch this overhead, this transition.
Watch Adam's line. Here, D-Cells has that change there. I think that's what threw Matt off, to be honest with you.
Because at the end of the day, Adam has the right of way.
Yeah.
Adam has the right of way. Was he too edged? Was he hung out there too much? Was he hanging it like laundry? Or was he where he should be? So again, right here on the right of your screen, you got Reese Marin. Right there in the middle with the Formula Drift hat, that is Brian Eggert. And there at the end, that is Robin Ishida. These guys are scrutinizing the runs. We are up here in the glass box of emotion where, again, the unenviable job of judges, the most difficult job in the Formula Drift ecosystem are these three gentlemen. Vernon will rejoin us at E-Town, aka New Jersey, Englishtown Raceway Park for round 4. Robbie will step out. He might come join us in the party, but that is the glass box of emotion. You can see them there again. Here we are. So again, right here, Reese, Brian Eggert, excuse me, and Robbie, wave to the camera if you can. Robbie, there you go. Thank you so much. And scores are in. So again, the most unenviable, difficult job. Slide him left for field, right for Adam LZ, and Matt Field gets 1, a 2, and a 3. Matt Field gets the win
Eugene,
over Adam LZ.
your driver went to the top.
Deal about it, but elaborate, Will, because again, there's a lot of LZ fans out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So just Adam doing a really great job. He comes off the bank, but unfortunately, I think maybe he has a little bit of a miscalculation. Starts to lose a little bit of angle after he comes off the bank, and then just kind of impedes in Matt Field's line. And then Matt Field goes track right. So
he hung it out there too long.
Well, he lost angle, and then it kind of came back in and impeded on him. Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Jacob. Again, perfect storm. Here we go. Yeah. Speaking of storm, stay away. Don't go anywhere. We'll come right back. Don't go anywhere. The action continues here at Orlando Speed World. Formula Drift score. Jared Dean, Jacob Gens, the Red Nickel, and all of our drivers here at OSW when we send it once again.
The concept is racing.
Race.
Made in Japan. Breed.
New Fast Orange Body Wash was formulated specifically with mechanics in mind from the #1 brand in heavy-duty hand cleaning. You never know what you're getting into when you're working in the shop. The new body wash takes care of everything from my dirty hands, arms, and face to simply make me feel clean all over. Tiny wax beads help get the toughest dirt out, while also taking care of the strongest automotive odors like fuel, oil, and exhaust too. It's ideal for those areas of skin that are exposed to grease and grime during the day, but gentle enough to use all over your body. Find new Fast Orange Body Wash at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Amanda. Amanda's Rockstar Energy.
Welcome back. We are a few battles into our top 16 here at round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Orlando Speed World. I'm Jared Dienda, and we throw it down to our pit reporter, Lorette Nickel, which we had a first battle, which was insane. James Dean and RCP, Rome Charpentier in his BMW takes down the 4-time and defending champion in the first battle of 16. Throw it down to Lorette Nickel, who's with the most recent victor.
Thank you very much. And it's me and this smile right here because Rome Charpentier just defeated a giant. Rome.
A giant.
Standing next with James Dean. You knew you had to bring your best going against the best. So Did you put 100% or was it even a little bit more?
It was probably 110%. I mean, we gave it everything. The guys gave me all the power, everything we could on the car, and we just went as much as we possibly can. And it was impressive because James is such a good driver that I knew like he wasn't going to make a mistake. I had to flat out try and figure out how to beat him. And I mean, he's been an idol of mine for so long, like growing up watching him. He's been a legend all over the world. So it's just an honor even driving with the guy. Like, it's so crazy. So thank you so much. I mean, dude, he's always a phenomenal driver. And he's always straight up. That's the best part. I know I can throw it right on the door and just wish for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you guys were also talking about the sun setting and potentially being blind. Were you blind going into the corner?
Yes, so when you flick down, like the start of the flick, the sun's in your eyes. So you kind of get flashed for a second.
And then you all right.
Kind of see where you're going. But the first part of the run-up is still in the sun. So me and James were both like, we good? All right, let's send it. We're trying to get creative to figure out how to kill some time, maybe get the sun a little bit below, but that's what we had. So it's crazy. Even the conditions out there, all of it, it's an honor to drive with James. It's so crazy.
Incredible for Rome Charpentier. We'll see him moving forward. Grade 8.
And Lorette, let it be known, RCP coming in ranked 19th. James Dean currently sitting number 1 after 2 rounds of competition. Here we go, Dominican's finest. He's got a lot of fans cheering him on. That is Jonathan Castro going against Kenshiro Gushi in an all-Toyota battle, all on Kenda tires. Here we go. Jonathan Castro out front. Both these guys in Toyota GR86s. Toyota flying the flag. Look at Jonathan Castro. Great settled angle there in that first outside zone. What a season Castro's been having. Ticks the boxes. A 1, a 2, well done here. Count Chocula going into that last outside zone. And look at Gushi. He drops into formation. A straightforward track like this is really going to basically emulsify, or it's going to just really showcase how good or bad your driving is.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to make a correction. There's nothing that you can do to get away with some sort of mistake, as we see these two drivers
Santo
here.
Domingo.
I mean, similar horsepower, same chassis, engine packages a little bit different. Even their overall match win rate pretty close. Right now, Gushi sitting with 2 wins over Castro in head-to-head battles. We check out this replay. You can see the fans going nuts here. But yeah, I mean, Castro does a really good job. Doesn't get quite out all the way to outside zone 1. Inside clip 1 looks great. Inside clip 2 comes through that perfectly. And Ken Gushi now getting into the pocket as he gets into the second outside zone, and Castro really throwing the smoke down. And there's Gushi the whole time. So when you got 2 drivers like this, everything, you know, becoming almost equal, it's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, like I said, this straightforward track, it looks very unassuming, looks pretty straightforward, but you know, it's bookended. We got 2 outside zones, 2 inside clips, but I think it really shows and highlights how great you can be, or just those little minimal mistakes. Here we go. Now Ken Gushi out front. Castro drops into formation. Looks like he has to take a little bit out of it. Gushi, we thought he was going to be a little bit higher. He works his way up top, up that bank. Jonathan Castro now coming down into that inside clip. In that smoke trail, he dives in, both of them taking out that second inside clip. Here goes Kenshiro Gushi, exceeds it just a little bit, but then finds his sweet spot there in the crease and brings it across the finish line. Both of them well done, but like I said, Gushi on initiation started out a little bit low, worked his way up top. I think that really threw off Castro, but they both found it higher on the bank, dropped down. That smoke is really going to magnify, and again, it gets thicker with the lights on it.
Yeah, it does. It gets harder and harder to chase in these conditions, but you nailed it right there. I mean, Gushi took a minute to get up to the bank. Castro then follows him up there. Does a really good job of mirroring. Tries to make a little bit of a move there. You can see it. And then Gushi, big swing there. The way he transitions out, I mean, he uses every bit of track that he can. Really loads the car up, gets everything swung around, and then it does take Castro a second, right, to get into the pocket by the end of the run. But very, very similar from both drivers. I mean, very similar leads, very similar chases. You know, similar cars, similar engine. It's and honestly, 2 similar people. They're both very chill, but like they've got the experience. Great guys. So
chill, international, but very well spoken, good spokespeople, all of it. Yep,
yeah.
Right.
So Castro on the lead in the left, Gushi in the lead on the right. But man, you can now really tell how similar these runs are. Even the way they transition out, it looks like Castro gets pulled.
Castro, I think, is losing.
But I mean, comparing them, I would say Gushi just gains proximity, maybe a touch earlier in his chase, and that's kind of the only spot that I saw. So this is what the map looks like. Got our 3-2-1 initiations at the beginning, and that's our big outside zone to the left. You see OZ1, Then coming through inside clip, they got to put one tire through that. And that red section, that is the momentum change. That is where they're allowed to kind of slow the car, check the car up just a bit. It allows every driver to know that it could happen in that area. Then we get to inside clip 2, and then into that second outside zone on the lower part of the bank where
Who got what?
Flat. You kind of want to go right in that section.
And that momentum zone is there for reference. Not to say that, basically, you know, previous season we've called it D-cell zone, but don't want to scare anybody because ideally you have momentum
one more time.
One more time and one more time. And look at that, Castro. So there it is.
I like that Colombian judge.
Reese went the one more time previously. So Robbie and Brian are just on the same wavelength. Reese, yeah, the fans are loving it. Those are, they cheer the loudest for Jonathan Castro. One more time is basically, and again, it's majority rules. We have 3 judges. As I said earlier, Robbie, Brian, and Reese. And then Robbie's Japan, USA is Brian Egger, and finally Colombia, even though he lives in Philly.
That chick look like she doesn't have teeth.
So again, majority rules. So we had 2 one more times. They're going.
Hughes.
Opportunity for them to really
Dylan Hughes.
give that X factor or force a mistake.
Easy.
So basically, that's what you want to do. Here we go. Dylan the Dozer Hughes and Brandon Sorensen. Dylan Hughes and Brandon in their respective BMWs. Brandon Sorensen will lead that United States Air Force BMW. Dylan the Dozer Hughes and that Hermitex BMW. Here we go. Sorensen will lead. Dylan Hughes giving chase. Sorensen initiates into that bank. You see Dylan Hughes start out a little bit lower. He straightens out. He compromises some angle to get that proximity. Now coming into that power alley. Now transitioning into
nice transition.
Inside clip. So again, you got LS versus 2J. Oh, and Brandon Sorensen really goes outside of the course. But look at Dylan. Just really, you saw like laser focus. I even saw in the cockpit those yellow gloves standing out. You almost saw the whites of his eyes. That's how intense it was.
Yeah, Brandon Sorensen out front looks really good. Just Dylan did not time the initiation correctly. Gets a little bit behind, but doesn't panic, doesn't do anything crazy. Just gets back into the zone, and as Jared said, kind of doubles down, buckles up, and goes along for this ride. And this is where we see Dylan really starting to reel in Brandon Sorensen. Looks like he's got one wheel just on
Very
the
nice.
maybe outside of the second outside zone. So Brandon does a really good job at run up. And I mean,
Very nice, very good.
Get pulled off of the track during an intermission just due to the steering column, I believe, being disconnected. So they had to do a lot of repairs on that car coming out of their previous battle. A lot of damage done there, and I mean they had to get frame tools.
That was him and Daigo.
Yeah, they had to get frame tools out there, Jackson. So a lot of work.
All right, alternating the order here. Dylan Hughes out front gets the clean air. Brandon Sorensen, like you said, things were disconnected. Things are again. Oh wow! Brandon Sorensen grinding in the
Nice.
Dylan Hughes. Dylan
Nice
stays
save.
in it. Brandon very aggressive on the chase, allows some space and jumps back in. Well done on the
Beautiful.
inside clip 2 by Hughes and Sorensen. Sorensen.
Damn, this is a heavy one.
Issues. They definitely went out the window, but a great lead run by Dylan, and he stayed in it. He took that
Sorensen, maybe?
in a thrash band. That was really well done. Took a licking and kept on ticking. So shout out to Dylan Hughes. You know, there's that contact, that abrasion there was definitely it's pretty sick.
Yeah, Brandon just very aggressive, and this is his chasing style. This is actually something he's had to work on, is not getting overly aggressive, and we almost saw that rear its ugly horns on that run. But look at the dive.
Nice dive in.
And Dylan Hughes giving him all the opportunity in the world to get into the pocket. Dylan does a great job, like very stable angle, a little bit of wavering back and forth on lines. You see him kind of come back and forth into that box, but great run.
Did he go one more
both
time?
of those drivers, and I mean,
Another one more time.
Side by side here, just to make sure. Not a definitive
Why not?
win. Yeah, why not?
Why not? I think it is well deserved.
Totally down to see that again.